Today's game is presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. It is a spectacular mid-September, late afternoon. Let's play some football. Now, not quite. We can probably play anything with the level of athletes we have here, but we're going to play some fast pitch softball, and we're going to play it to the best of everyone's ability. 60 of the best players in the world. It's a scary thing when they get together. Athletes Unlimited Softball getting ready for Team Chitister, taking on Team Ocasio. Hello, everyone. So glad you could join us. This is the second game of our doubleheader with my partner, two-time Olympian Danielle Laurie. I am Eric Collins, and this is the second year of Athletes Unlimited Softball. Last year, it was a victory tour for Kat Osterman. She just lapped the field and crushed the leaderboard. But Danielle, this year, totally different. It's anyone's field to take. Well,
and especially understanding the importance of winning games and winning innings, and sometimes that's outside of your control. And we have seen Kat struggle a little bit and lose some games, but we have 2 weeks left. And I love this because this is when you're going to see people pulling and doing things that are a little uncharacteristic. And I'm here, and I'm all for it.
Well, this is a little bit different than anything you've ever seen before. Fast pitch softball played in the same venue for 5 straight weeks. 60 of the best players in the world getting together on teams that change every single week. The whole point is to become a captain. The top 4 players get to pick their own teams when they become captains, and when it's all said and done, you're trying to become the overall individual champion, and you do that by being atop the leaderboard after 5 weeks. Danielle, these are the ways that you can score points.
Well, and there is 3 ways to earn points, and it is those stat points and win, as well as MVP. You look at all the stat points: home runs 40, stolen bases plus 10, changed this year with base on balls plus 8 and hit by a pitch. But at the end of the day, if you want to be moving up that leaderboard, the importance of winning games is key. And this is the leaderboard entering today. We have Amanda Chidester up top. Man, she has just been absolute lights out. Cannot get her out. And I will say this, if a situation comes up, I would not be pitching to her with runners on because she's been that dangerous.
All right, take a look at the lineup card for Team Chitister, brought to you by Geico. Amanda, the captain, says, you know what? I'm going to bat first. I have that prerogative. So she'll lead things off, leads the league in homers with 7. Kaylee Mcclendy follows her. She's in center field. Ali Aguilar hits in the 3 spot. Anissa Urtez, the shortstop. Morgan Zirkle, very speedy with 2 home runs. She's in left field. Sydney Romero, it's been the first time we've seen her start a ball game at third base. Michelle Moultrie out in right field with Aubrey Monroe and Sam Fisher hitting in the bottom of the order. Take a look at the defense for Team Ocasio. Alicia Ocasio is the captain. She places a premium on defense. She'll throw to Gwen Svekis, Sanchez and Bates left side of the infield with Kelsey Stewart and Lily Piper on the right side, and an outfield of Amanda Lorenz, Janie Reed in center field, and Jasmine Jackson in right. Let's talk about that captain, Alicia Ocasio. Once again, a captain, second straight week. She's in the 4th spot. Heading into today's games in terms of the leaderboard. Yes,
and she has thrown the most out of any pitcher in this league. Throws a great abundance of pitches, has that fastball curve, backdoor, but what makes her so good, she changes speeds better than anyone that I know.
Alicia Ocasio, her 9th game of the season, her 7th start, and she's got her team nice and loose to begin this one. All right, so this is some new school fast pitch. You start with Amanda Chidester, truly the most potent force in the world today in fast pitch softball, and she's not hitting in the 3 spot. She's not hitting in the 4 spot. She's leading off a ball game.
I mean, selfishly, she wants more at-bats. Can I blame her? I mean, if you're in that top spot, you want to seal yourself in that top spot. And at the end of the day, we know it's about winning games, but it's also about individual performance. And if she's going to get more ABs in the leadoff spot, let's go.
Amanda Chidester from Detroit, Michigan. Last week this time she was 13th on the leaderboard, had a massive weekend, and is now in the top spot out of 60 players on our leaderboard. 2 balls and a strike. Ocasio, better than most at working around the dangerous hitters in an opposing lineup. Healthy cut, 2-2. This is a number that you probably have respect for, Danielle Laurie. Alicia Ocasio, as a pitcher, she's given up 6 home runs. but 5 of the 6 homers had been solo shots, and 1 was a 2-run homer. So 6 homers allowed, but only 7 runs scoring on those 6 homers.
Well, and we've seen a lot of games get out of hand based on those 2-run, 3-run home runs. One game we saw 3-run home runs, and that ain't gonna cut it. You have to find a way to minimize the long ball, and a solo shot's better than a 3-run shot.
High down the left field line, foul territory, giving chase is Lorenz, and she runs out of room.
Good run by Amanda Lorenz. Only thing stopping her is the fence. So close.
Three balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, the temperature has dropped quite a bit here. Still a beautiful night, but not nearly as warm as it was for our first game earlier this afternoon. And Amanda Chidester doing what leadoff batters are supposed to do. She sees a bunch of pitches and eventually works her way on. So that's a +8 for Chidester. You get +8 points for drawing a walk. Now we talk about the sun whenever we have games that start around this time. And the right fielder, Jasmine Jackson, is going to earn her keep right now because she is looking right into the sun with a left-handed batter up. Now the batter, Haley Mcclendy, in that same conversation that Amanda Chidester is in. There's Jasmine Jackson trying to work through that high sky. Haley Mcclendy and Amanda Chidester, both the short list of best players in the world today. Both Chitty and Mcclendy, along with the next batter in the on-deck circle, Ali Aguilar, playing for Team USA and bringing home the silver medal in the Tokyo Games a month ago.
This looked like a little hit and run type situation.
Ocasio having a hard time here, laboring. She has already walked Chitister, and now down in the count, 3 balls and a strike, pitching to Mcclendy. There's the quality strike she needed.
That last pitch coming in at 69 miles an hour on flight scope. I mean, that's bringing some velo.
Little tapper, Ocasio, so aggressive. She is the only pitcher with Athletes Unlimited who would have even thought of attempting that throw to second base. What a play by Ocasio.
Yeah, she's another infielder out there. And it's right away, she knows, she gets her shoulders turned, throw on the money to Sis Bates. It's just hats off to Alicia Ocasio.
Ali Aguilar, first pitch swinging, and the tag on the way by Lily Piper, and there are now 2 outs. Danielle, I want to go back to what we just saw with Ocasio. Does she have enough time to hear the catcher, Svekis, tell her to go to second, or is that all instinctual?
Well, most is instinctual. As a pitcher, a fielding pitcher, you want to be able to like hear what other people are saying, but she's a different species. She is somebody that could play another position. I've seen her play second base with the Pride. So that ultimately just comes down to her and that gut reaction. Do I feel like I have enough time? Maybe she hears Gwen a little bit, but at the end of the day, if you're not thinking 2 right away, you don't get that out.
Here's Anissa Ortez. Pops it up. Will it be playable? Foul territory. And Sanchez makes the play. She collides with Svekis, and the ball is secured, and the out is recorded. Wow. So the leadoff walk to Chitister does no damage. Half inning in the books. Team Chitister, nothing. Team Ocasio heading to the bat rack. Bottom of the first inning, scoreless ball game. Team Chitister had an opportunity, and they just can't make it happen. Alicia Ocasio pops out in foul territory. Had a chance to drop between Svekis and Sanchez, but it doesn't.
You see Gwen Svekis give Sanchez a big hug after this, like, oh, thank you. Thanks for coming up and having my back.
Well, head to auprosports.com to get your Athletes Unlimited gear, and don't forget to follow on social at auprosports for exclusive inside content. Those are some t-shirts that were worn in practice on Thursday. Tomorrow is going to be one of our theme games, a cause game, Somos Unlimited, celebration of Hispanic and Latinx Heritage Month. So that'll be fun tomorrow afternoon. Let's take a look at the lineup for Team Ocasio, brought to you by Geico. Former Florida Gator Amanda Lorenz leads things off, coming off a monster weekend a week ago. Another Gator, Kelsey Stewart in the 2 spot. A lot of power with Erica Piancastelli and Gwen Svekis, followed by Janie Reed in the 5-hole, Lily Piper. Ocasio, the pitcher, captain, will hit for herself in the 7th spot, followed by Amanda Sanchez and Sis Bates. Defensively, Carrie Eberly going to get the ball. She's going to throw to Aubrey Monroe. Sydney Romero's the 3rd baseman with Ortez next to her. Aguilar and Chitister, the captain, on the right side, with Zirkle, Mcclendy, and Moultrie. All 3 of those women can fly in the outfield. Here is Amanda Lorenz, feeling really good about herself after moving up on the leaderboard in a big way. She is now 17th on the leaderboard after 3 homers last weekend. She'll bat against Carrie Eberly.
Yes, heavy down. Carrie Eberly throws the ball pretty hard, upper 60s, can change speeds. See her bringing that one in at 54 miles an hour. But world-class drop ball can really just drop that off the table. Gets a lot of ground balls.
Foul, 3rd base side. Oh, we've got a lot of brains here in this pitcher-batter matchup. You got Amanda Lorenz, who already has her master's degree, got it in 4 years while playing for the Florida Gators. She's facing Carrie Eberly, who has a master's degree already as well. She got it in forensic science from Oklahoma State. Jeez, splitting atoms here.
Some smart cookies.
Eberly from Charlotte, North Carolina. Played 3 years at Virginia Tech before heading out to Stillwater to play for Oklahoma State. Off the handle of the bat, and there's your first out of the bottom of the 1st inning. A humpback liner to the 2nd baseman, Aguilar. Second game played here at Parkway Bank Sports Complex this afternoon and early evening. Kelsey Stewart takes outside. Whenever you play a game here in Rosemont, Illinois, you always have to look at those center field flags. And just like they were earlier today, they're blowing directly towards home plate. We had just 1 home run in that first game, and that ball hit by TV Tori Vidalis was hit so hard it would have went out of Yellowstone in the gale. She absolutely crushed it. Ball and 2 strikes to Kelsey Stewart. Kelsey from Wichita, Kansas. Double duty by Sam Fisher. He's the DP today for Team Chitister and just ran out with like 5 balls for the home plate umpire.
Good at bat by Kelsey Stewart. Saw her lay off the drop ball the pitch before and then swings at something close in the zone, just waiting for her pitch or Eberly to make a mistake.
right field, that's fading quickly, and it drops in front of Moultrie. There's the first base hit of the ball game. Stewart is aboard. Her 9th hit in 27 at-bats so far this season. I don't know if I can read too much into it, but we've got a bunch of Olympians in this league this year and had a bunch of Olympians last year here with Athletes Unlimited. Kelsey Stewart didn't play nearly as well last year as she's playing this year. There's been some other players who are Olympians who played a lot better last year than they are this year. I can make the argument kind of both ways, that last year the disappointment of not having the Olympics because it was postponed for a year, maybe affecting the psyche of the players.
Yeah, I mean, it was a mental grind when they postponed the Olympics, and to kind of wrap your brain around having to train and do it again for a whole 365 days was a lot. And I think last summer was a blessing that these women got to come and compete in this league and be competitive and get those juices flowing. And then the fall kicks, and it's like, all right, now we got to get back to training and that process of what that is. But Amanda Chidester and Kelsey Stewart, for me, are two players that I did not think performed well last year and have come in and just completely blown it away right from the get-go. I mean, Chitty leads the league in home runs. She's #1 leader. And Kelsey Stewart, I mean, you can't keep her off base. She's been a competitive defender. She's been great.
On the ground, that's a fair ball. Bianca Stelli gets herself a single. So back-to-back base hits. Stewart and now Bianca Stelli. Runners on at first and at second.
Pretty swing by Bianca Stelli, and just able to sneak it by Romero at third. Stewart sees. He's got a hold up there at second.
Here's Gwen Svekis, RBI opportunity. Svekis hitting in that 4 spot. 346 batter with a couple of homers, 3 runs batted in. She's got 9 hits and 26 at-bats through her first 9 games. Well, more than most, Eberle has a chance to get out of this with just 1 pitch. She can really throw that ground ball. Svekis does not run, well, I said this last year and she got all over me. Svekis is an average runner, maybe slightly better than average. A deceiving runner, she'd like me to say. But I do think that Svekis is a double play possibility. Coming out of that right-handed batter's box, if she hits it hard at someone, this could be a double play.
There's a lot of double play potentials. There's only an elite group that can run it out and beat the top 1%.
Yeah, Gwen's got parents who watch. And when I say that she is not the fastest player on the field, like sometimes my phone blows up. 2 balls and a strike.
I got your back, partner.
Into right field, Moultrie makes the play. Stewart tags from second and will go to third. So runners on at the corners, but 2 outs now here in the first inning. All right, so now trying to keep the inning alive, it'll be Janie Reed batting against Carrie Eberle. Reed is not your stereotypical power-hitting 5-hole hitter, but she's one of the most accomplished hitters in the world today. She's going to put the bat on the ball and make the defense get her out. And because of the capabilities that Reed does have with the bat in her hands, and because of the first and third situation, that's why we have this defensive timeout. Carrie Eberle and the defense surrounding her, there's a lot of different things they need to think about. Reed last year was a captain one of the weeks. Played on a lot of winning teams. early. And that will do it for our first inning. With inning points on the line, Reed hit it right on the screws, but to the wrong spot. To the second we go, scoreless here in Rosemont, Illinois. Welcome back, everyone. Fans, it's time to earn points for watching today's broadcast. Take out your phone, enter the code on the screen into your Athletes Unlimited app to earn some points. Available in the Apple app or Google Play Store. Start winning points to unlock exclusive rewards and stay in the know about Athletes Unlimited. Now, before the game, our ceremonial first pitch was thrown by Athletes Unlimited Advisory Board member Katrina Adams, former elite tennis player, also president of the USTA. That's a strike in my book.
You know what I love? Being able to have first pitches in person. Gets me going. There she is.
20 WTA titles. Playing doubles back in the day. I'd imagine you'd be okay at tennis, right? Hand-eye coordination, same type of swing path?
Yeah. I'll stick to golf.
Okay. All right, we've made it to the second inning. We have Morgan Zirkle, Sydney Romero, and Michelle Moultrie scheduled to bat against Alicia Ocasio. Zirkle already with double-figure hits through her first 9 games, 10 for 28. She's 8th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. That was coming into today's action. And Ocasio strikes her out on 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. First strikeout for AO. Here's Sydney Romero. Southern California native. Left to go to the heartland of America to play her college ball. Won a couple of national championships playing for the Oklahoma Sooners. Very difficult road to hoe. You would think, maybe not. Sydney Romero, younger sister of Sierra Romero, was just an unbelievable player in her own right. All-American at Michigan, some consider to be the greatest to ever play in the Big Ten. Great softball family, the Romeros. And having to follow in those huge footsteps was Sydney. And she did pretty well for herself.
I'm hopeful that we'll see Sierra Romero playing in this league in the future. I know she's definitely has been battling some injuries and rehabbing and getting back to her best self on the field.
If you ask me, Sierra Romero right up there with Amanda Chidester in the violence of line drives that she hits.
Yes. Just a heck of a defender, can defend with the best of them. Won the Player of the Year at Michigan, which was a big deal for a position player. So good.
Well, Alicia Ocasio, uncharacteristically having a hard time finding the strike zone at times. Athletes Unlimited Softball is sponsored by Guaranteed Rates. Alicia Ocasio has now faced 6 batters, and she's gone to a full count to 3 of the first 6 batters, and she's already walked 2. Normally very efficient is Ocasio, and that's why she's able to pitch so many innings and so many consecutive days. But she hasn't been efficient thus far this evening. Michelle Moultrie right back to Ocasio, double play! The best fielding pitcher in the world today, Alicia Ocasio, ends the inning all by herself.
Whoa. Alicia Ocasio, talk about having her own back. The great ones always think of the next out. Ocasio steps up. Wow.
Will stay in the ballpark. Oh my goodness!
Yeah. 1, 2, 2. Yeah! Ooh.
Yeah, it's clear. Amanda Sanchez is into the game. She's going to bat third here in this second inning. Still scoreless after an inning and a half. Team Chitister, Team Ocasio. Lily Piper leads things off. Lily Piper currently 7th out of 60 players, that was coming into today, on the leaderboard. She's got 4 hits on the season. One of those hits was a homer. Piper was a captain back in week 2. Second year with Athletes Unlimited. Carrie Eberly had some traffic behind her in the first inning, gave up a couple of base hits, but left runners on at first and at third. Off the end of the bat, one hopper to the shortstop, Urtez. What a scoop! Urtez to Chidester, a thing of beauty. That was nice, both ends. So both teams have made really good defensive plays here in the first 2 frames. Here's Alicia Ocasio.
I need to see another look at this. Gets it on that short hop. Usually Ortez has a cannon, but Amanda Chidester with a solid scoop. That's a really good pick.
And one of the things that made that play doable for Chitister, she's so flexible at first base. And she is in her athletic prime with what she's able to do with her body, the way that she can contort it, do everything she wants, when she wants, with power. On the ground, second baseman Aguilar, 2 outs. Well, Carrie Eberle's got that ground ball working. Last 3 outs have been on the ground. Now Amanda Sanchez will come to the plate. All right, we're going to include game 1 and take a look at the updated leaderboard brought to you by Geico. And Aaliyah Andrews right now is ahead of her captain, Savannah Jaquish, by 2 points. 2 points. Good golly. Remember, that leaderboard is how we'll determine people's salary at the end of the year. You get your base salary, but also after that, everything is based on where you finish on the leaderboard. Couple of quality strikes thrown by Carrie Eberle. Amanda Sanchez, one of 3 Amandas in our game. You got the Chitister variety, you got the Lorenz variety, and you got the Sanchez variety. A little bit outside.
Yeah, good spot. And as a defender behind a drop ball pitcher like Eberle, just such pretty spin, just a little outside. But as a defender, you love someone that just spins that drop ball.
Carrie Eberle, she has retired 5 in a row. That's her first strikeout. Good work tossing up a 0. Scoreless game, the 3rd is next.
Stay back. Let the ball do what it's supposed to do. Come on, Carrie. Let the ball work. Let the ball work.
Kelsey Stewart talks a good game, she plays a good game. Kelsey's going to join us now. She's playing second base. Kelsey, we were just listening to that last at bat. You're talking to yourself, and then you eventually get a base hit. Do you always talk to yourself in the box?
Yeah, I think I have to. And then Aubrey's behind the plate, and she knows my weaknesses, so I'm trying to talk Aubrey into what I want to.
We're going to talk to Kelsey this half inning, and she mentions Aubrey's at the plate. We got a bunch of Florida Gators here. You got Aubrey Monroe, right-handed batter's box. You got Stewart at second base. You got Alicia Ocasio in the circle, and you got Amanda Lorenz out in left field.
Nice.
Kelsey, does it change your game plan up with a Monroe behind the plate that knows you so well?
Yeah, I think so, because I know she's going to go after my weaknesses. So I think I just adjust my feet a little bit and try to get in her head so she doesn't give that pitch I don't want. Just a little bit, though, not a lot. And I'm seeing the ball so well right now, I don't want to overthink it.
And we noticed that. We've been talking about that last couple of weeks. You're really swinging a good bat.
Yeah, it's definitely a good feeling because I feel like I haven't seen the ball or been able to swing free in a few years. So like I feel kind of back to myself, and I don't know if it's because I get to play second base, because you know this is my first true love right here. Get out.
I was gonna say, Kelsey, last year, you know, it was obviously a struggle in a pandemic, but you definitely look like a night and day player this year, like looking like you're having a lot more fun. Like, is it just pressure of the Olympics and now that that's behind? Like, how do you play with such ease now this year?
Yeah, I feel like whenever I was competing to get on the Olympic team, like everything I was doing, every at-bat, every ground ball was constantly being judged. So even if it felt good, like I was like, I didn't get on base, and I was just putting a lot of pressure on myself. So to kind of get that out of the way and now be able to just do something I love, like I feel different. And I had watched the game, you said I look happy, and like I'm genuinely just like happy to be out here.
You do, you look great. You look like you're having so much fun. Would you say that some of the other Olympians are like that too? Like just less pressure, they just get to go and play the game right now, some of your Team USA teammates?
Yeah, I think absolutely that we're all kind of like that. Even just talking to all the Olympians here, it's like this weird feel we have where the Olympics is over and we're kind of in a rut, but it's nice to have them here because we all understand, we all have the exact same feeling. But just being out here to swing, like it doesn't matter what happens out here, like you get to do it for fun. So I think everyone's kind of feeling the same way.
Kelsey, that was kind of the Tim Walton special right there. The ball was thrown by Ocasio, it was hit by Monroe, and fielded by Lorenz. 3 Florida Gators while you were talking.
I love it. Go Gators, baby.
Tell me about Alicia Ocasio. Clearly you played with her. When she called your name and picked you in the draft, were you surprised, and what did she say to you?
Man, I've been waiting for her to pick me. This is the first time I've been on Lily's team, so I was talking crap to her because we've been in this for a long time together, and you haven't picked me, bro. But she's one of a kind personality as a player. She can do a little bit of everything, so I was obviously really happy. She's one of the best pitchers here, so I'll play behind her any day of the week.
What was your guys's, I guess, what is your guys's theme? Like every single team kind of has something. I feel like I saw a Joker mask on Sanchez. That was a little scary.
Yeah.
But I have to ask, what's the theme for you guys?
We're the Jokers.
All right.
We're out for blood this week.
Yeah, that mask from Sanchez scared me.
Nice. Great job, Lily. I love when Chitty gets up with no one on base.
I want to ask you one pitching question about Ocasio, actually her fielding ability. You've played a lot of international ball. You've seen a lot of players over the years playing pro ball. Who else is in that conversation as being best defensive pitcher in the world today?
God, she's probably definitely one of the best that I've ever played with. She just gets off the mound, but obviously I think Ali Carter's a great fielding pitcher as well.
Yeah.
So we've been blessed. We have her and Odyssey on the team, so we can all kind of play back and like, please take a bunt because our pitcher's got us. So it's nice to have a fielding pitcher for sure.
Well, Kelsey, we thank you for your time, but we have a chance of a ball getting hit really hard right now.
Don't do that. Don't speak that into existence. We're walking her if we have to.
Thank you for your time. Keep on keeping on, okay?
Thank you.
All right, here's Amanda Chitister. Walked her first time up. Swung at a pitch up by her eyeballs. She does that more than anyone else probably in our game today. Can't blame her. She's quick. She can get to it.
She just doesn't get cheated. Like you look at her swings, and one thing I will say about Amanda Chitister this year is that she's not swinging at pitches that are out of the zone much. She's a very just hitter that knows what she's looking for, figures out what the strike zone is, swings when she needs to, but also has purpose behind what pitch she's trying to just absolutely hammer. And she is by far one of the best hitters that I've ever seen.
Wow, climbed the ladder twice against Ocasio. So Ocasio has now struck out a pair. She has retired 4 in a row, and the shutout continues for both sides.
But not before Alicia Ocasio just climbs the ladder. Wow, look at that spin on that pitch against one of the best hitters in the world. That's how you do it.
Sets feature 60-player cards plus 5 additional specialty cards that highlight standout moments throughout the league. Sets are $19.99, available to purchase now through September 30th at Topps.com. Odyssey Alexander, Alicia Ocasio, both of the same initials, flip-flopped, just saying. All right, Team Ocasio, this is what her draft looked like. Captain for the second straight week. One Gator, taking another Gator. Amanda Lorenz was her first overall pick, and why not? Lorenz had a monster week a week ago playing for Team Ocasio.
Yes, Amanda Lorenz is one of the hottest hitters right now. And you also just, when you've played with someone you respect and they have their Gators, and you take a look here at Team Chitister in their draft recap. First pick was Anissa Ortez, middle infielder, and obviously Amanda Chitister speaks for herself, leads the league in a lot of categories.
Well, where Chitty was picking, she had picks 4 and 5. She picked Anissa Ortez and Haley Mcclendy back to back. So I guess you could make the argument that Mcclendy was picked same time as Ortez. Here is Sis Bates, number 96. First year in the league, hitting .304. Little small ball, that's foul. Sis has been fun to watch here. Obviously was sensational playing for Heather Tarr, playing in the Pac-12, one of the best clubs Pac-12 has ever seen. Sarah Gronewagen getting loose just in case. But Sis Bates plays with just a ton of energy. She does small things better than most. And she's been a part of a lot of winning innings and a part of a lot of won games, and that's why she's currently 10th, at the beginning of the day, 10th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. For someone who doesn't have a home run, for someone who hasn't driven in a run, that's a good place to be on that leaderboard.
And sometimes you are just fortunate enough to be on those winning teams.
Backhanded, Ortez has to hurry, and time! Anissa Ortez again! She's a magician. Some of the softest hands in the game.
Well, one shortstop, Sis Bates, to another. You see the infield is in a smidge, but wow, quick hands, backhand, still able to get up to her feet, knowing Sis Bates has speed down the line. That's clutch, that's big league play.
And again, a nice stretch at first by Amanda Chidester to make a close play. Not as close as it could have been. All right, second time through the order. Here is Amanda Lorenz. Humpback liner to the second baseman, her first time up.
And let's not forget the importance of obviously winning games, but winning innings. We have 30 rollover innings that are going into the bottom of the third. So if Team Ocasio is able to get one run, everyone on their team would get those 30 points. And we've seen that a lot today. We saw that in the first game with 40 rollover points. I'm into those close, tight ball games where someone has to step up big for their team, either make a big play or get a clutch RBI or a sacrifice, just something to win that inning.
Eberly falls behind 3-1 to Lorenz. One of the most patient hitters with Athletes Unlimited. Amanda telling us that she enjoys hitting with 2 strikes. Feels like she's locked in then. And now she'll get a chance to hit with 2 strikes. It's 3-2.
And there's always those 2 types of hitters, right? You have the hitters that go up there and just completely trust their abilities and what they see. And then you have the hitters that go in there with an absolute game plan of execution on certain pitchers. And understanding when you get to those 2 strikes, like, you have to be a hitter that can just stand up for themselves and swing off pitches that are close in the zone and have to rally, because 2 strikes is uncomfortable. 0-2 is just not comfortable as a hitter. But trying to find it a way to have at-bats like an Amanda Lorenz, who just completely battles, and some of the best hitters that I've ever played in the game, Jen Salling, Kelly Kretschmann, can hit 0-2 like the best of them.
On the ground, Aguilar throws out Lorenz. So Lorenz is now 0 for 2 in the contest. And the line passes to Kelsey Stewart. Let's see if, kind of interesting watching Eberly throw when she's got this, she brings the ball forward. She's got a little bit of a hitch right there. She just kind of
Well, it's just the best way, I think, for her to have complete control over her arm when she comes over a front side. Being a drop ball pitcher is hard. Drop ball, I think, is the hardest pitch in the world to throw. To see pitchers that can throw drop ball like Carrie Eberly, Kat Osterman, Alyssa Denham throws a pretty good one, but just true 12-6 spin, it's hard to do. And you have to get your body kind of in proper rotation with where you're going, and she just likes to kind of T-Rex her arm a little bit so she doesn't have too long of an arm when she's going up around her K. So it's interesting to see how she does it, but clearly it's a world-class drop.
T-Rex it when she's going around her K. I like that. I wrote that down. Look at Kelsey Stewart. She's talking to herself? No.
Well, most pitchers that are watching know what the K is. You, I don't think, know what the K is.
I can figure it out.
You're not.
I can figure it out.
Can you?
Well, where your arms are. Probably
Yes.
arms and your legs when you're
Yes.
throwing.
I need to write a book. The T-Rex to the K. I mean, the
People would
knowledge
buy
is high in this booth.
it. It is. I can figure it out, kind of.
We
But
got humpback liners and T-Rex arms. I mean,
3 balls and 2 strikes to Stewart. Kelsey beginning the day 11th out of 60 players on the leaderboard.
then she gets up. Their K is right there, and just the way that she's able to get her hand just turned around really quick to get to her front hip.
That is a fair ball. Extra bases for Stewart. Great job by Moultrie to keep it from going to the fence. Otherwise, that would have been a triple, maybe even inside the park home run. Oh, great job by Moultrie to limit Stewart to a double.
Yeah, this is a great piece of hitting. Just turns on it. Chitty not able to get to it. Moultrie able to stop that ball from getting to the wall. Stewart a ton of speed, so knows this is a double. If Moultrie doesn't get that, it's a triple all the way. It's great defense by Michelle Moultrie in right field.
We have got 3 hits combined in this game, and 2 of them have been by Kelsey Stewart. A single and a double. Looking for the natural cycle. All she needs is a triple and a homer next 2 times up. Here's Erica Piancastelli, runner in scoring position, and 2 outs. We've got 30 inning points on the line. If Stewart scores, 30 points for every single member of Team Ocasio. Wonderful off speed, but just a bit outside. 2-0. One hopper, third baseman Romero. Side is retired. That's the beauty of being a ground ball pitcher. You're always 1 pitch away from getting back into that dugout. Today's game is presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Whole bunch of zeros, a lot of nothing, but a lot of wonderful nothing. I like pitchers' duels. It is a scoreless game as we play the top of the 4th inning. Fans, join us at the ballpark for a game. We'd love to see you here. Tickets still available. You can get them at auprosports.com/tickets, but you're running out of time. 2 more games this weekend, Sunday and Monday, and then we've got week 5, our final go-around next week, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We'd love to see you here. The best of the best playing here in a neutral environment. It's a wonderful concept. 2nd year of Athletes Unlimited softball. Haley Mcclendy leads things off. It'll be Mcclendy, Aguilar, and Ortez. 3 Olympians in a row, 2 for Team USA and 1 for Team Mexico. That's going to be a tough play for Bates. Not in time. Infield single for Mcclendy. Bates knew she needed to hump it over across the diamond, just didn't have enough to get the speedy Mcclendy.
Yeah, those plays with Sis Bates deep in that 5-6 hole sometimes are tough. She has a good arm, but I wouldn't say she has just an absolute cannon, and if you're gonna have to play that ball deep in the hole, you have to have a laser to get anyone with speed out. Mcclendy, just a lot of hustle up the line, and it was definitely close.
Airplane mode. Aguilar, that bunt is foul. It's 0-2 to Aguilar, and the bunt will be off. With that base hit by Mcclendy, she now has 13 of them. Mcclendy is tied with Amanda Chidester and Aaliyah Andrews for the most hits so far on the season. Last year, most hits went to Jessie Warren, 26. We've got 40 inning points on the line. Whichever side wins this inning, every single player in the roster gets 40 points. That was a beautiful pitch. Are you kidding me? Maybe the best pitch of the night for Ocasio. That just totally stunned Aguilar. Out number 1.
Let me just drop this 0-2 change piece in.
Do drop in.
Wow.
Filthy. Here's Anissa Ortez. Ortez popped to 3rd. Her first time up. That was the play in which Amanda Sanchez and Gwen Svekis, the 3rd baseman and the catcher, collided on, but Sanchez still able to hold on to the ball. There goes Mcclendy. The throw to 2nd! In time! Got her with a hand in the cookie jar. What a peg by Svekis. Beautiful throw by Gwen Svekis. 2 down.
Just an absolute laser outside. Still able to get this throw. Just on the money. Bates with the perfect tag. That's money.
So Haley Mcclendy got 10 points for her infield single. She had 10 points deducted for getting caught stealing. Ocasio. That's not an easy play, folks. That was a tough, spinny short hop. She made it look easy. Everything comes easy for Alicia Ocasio. AO is A-OK in my book.
All about watching Alicia Ocasio play defense makes it look so dang easy.
Hi, my name is Haley Mcclendy, and I am playing for Play Like a Girl. I chose Play Like a Girl because I felt like I wanted to choose something in a really big year for our sport, something that was going to empower the next generation of female athletes, so that's why I chose Play Like a Girl. And I felt like Play Like a Girl really hit home for me growing up in a small town, you know, and just the journey that I've taken, I kind of just took a hold of it, and they're doing some really great things, so I was like, yeah, this sounds cool. I just hope that more people invest more in female athletes in general, especially at younger and younger ages. I think we're doing a better job of that, but I definitely think there are still leaps and bounds that we can take. So just making sure that every single young girl that's out there gets an opportunity to play a sport that she loves, to feel empowered to do that, to feel loved and encouraged to do that. And so that's why I picked Foundation, and I'm excited to bring awareness to that cause.
Let's check out our Geico defensive plays of the game. Actually, take you back to this afternoon, too.
Yes, gosh, rolling double plays like crazy. I'm all about this stellar defense. Flipping to Kelsey Harshman. Obviously, this one was scary. Ocasio makes it look easy. Clutch defense.
Only better than a double play in my book is a triple play.
I will say this, we got lots of kiddos in the stands, and I know mine are watching, so I'm gonna give them a quick shout out. Maddie, mama loves you. I'm glad you're tuning in watching Athletes Unlimited. Maybe one day you'll get to play here, honey.
At the end of the year, we're gonna have a Geico Defensive Player of the Year. Haley Mcclendy, who's in center field right now. She won that award last year. You win the Defensive Player of the Year, you get $5,000 extra. Not bad.
It's coming up soon. There's so many options. Tough to pick just one.
Gwen Svekis! Extra bases for Gwen. That ball goes all the way to the wall. Svekis into second standing. That is a leadoff double, the first time today that Team Ocasio has had the leadoff batter aboard in an inning. And this would be a big inning to score a run. We've got 40 rollover points on the line.
This drop, that's a great piece of hitting. Gwen Svekis just drops barrel so well. Turns on this pitch. And I like they're gonna make this change. Britt Vonk is gonna go in as a pinch runner. Add a little bit more speed at second base. Also knowing the importance of this. You have rollover inning points. We have 40 points on the line.
There's Britt Vonk. She's running for Svekis. Nobody out. And Janie Reed, the batter. Reed would love to bring her in, but just getting her over to third would be a victory. Bunt, and that'll get the job done. Romero over to second baseman covering. Aguilar where she needs to be. It is a 5-4 sacrifice. Give some points, 10 of them, to Janie Reed for the successful sacrifice. And Vonk is now 60 feet away from scoring the game's first run and giving everyone on Team Ocasio 40 points. Now, fans, not sure if you've heard, but if you join us in person at the ballpark, you can get an exclusive NFT. It's a free Athletes Unlimited digital collectible. All you have to do is be here in person, scan the QR code. We'll roll out a new limited edition NFT each weekend this season, collect all 5, and unlock a special offer. Grab your tickets and start collecting. Well, right now, Everly really would like a strikeout, but Lily Piper hadn't struck out all year long. Piper is one of just 4 players, 4 out of the 60, that have not struck out so far this season. On the ground, Urtez, the play's in front of her, and Vonk's in a pickle. And out at third, Vonk is out, runs into the out, and that's 2 down. Great job defensively by Urtez to hold her water.
Well, she's making herself known for being able to win that Defensive Player of the Year. Anissa Urtez, so good. This is just clutch defense. The way that she gets the ball, she runs at the runner. She doesn't just make a throw right away, pushes Vonk in a direction, which makes it a clear-cut throw back to Romero. That is so good, Anissa Urtez.
Well, Lily Piper was able to go to second because of the time it took to get the out of Vonk. So not quite a runner on third, but a runner on second, and a well-placed single by Ocasio could score the run. Ocasio, the captain. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, in any type of rundown situation, when you're the one that hits the ball, you want to do everything in your power to advance to that next base. Lily Piper heads up base running to still get herself in scoring position for the captain, Alicia Ocasio.
Right back to Eberle. Always gets that ground ball when she needs it. Great job defensively by Team Chitister. Team Ocasio, they threaten, but cannot score. The shutout for both sides continues. Welcome back, everyone. We're in the village of Rosemont, supported by great businesses, including fashion outlets, Donald E. Stevens Center. You can go skydiving indoors. Who knew? A lot of points of interest, great hotels. And we thank the village of Rosemont for being just a sensational host over the last 2 seasons of Athletes Unlimited Softball. Let's take a look at our leaderboard brought to you by Geico. Aaliyah Andrews, she is in first place by just 2 points. How about that? 2 points on top of her captain, Savannah Jaquish. That leaderboard is all kinds of bunched up. Totally different field than last year when Kat Osterman just lapped the field. First ball swinging. Morgan Zirkle lashes that foul. And I don't think anyone's told Zirkle. Zirkle just wanted to show off her speed. One of the fastest players, maybe the fastest, was in show-off mode. Yeah, you would have thought that Zirkle, of all people, maybe she thought it hit the bag. She had the best look of anyone in the building.
Well, it was her teammates that were telling her to run the bases, run the bases. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, they say, Eric.
Ooh, look at you. All right. Morgan Zirkle struck out her first time up. 1 of 2 strikeouts for Alicia Ocasio. It's a great opportunity for Team Chitister. You like Zirkle leading things off. She's got a wonderful eye. She's got a batting average this year close to 400. If she gets on, she can immediately steal a base, and you got a rally going. But she can't get on. For the second time, Zirkle strikes out against Ocasio.
I mean, this is just filthy. Just drops off the table. Can't paint a prettier picture at 0-2. Fooled Zirkle like crazy. Perfect placement by Ocasio.
All right, Danielle, just because we've seen a whole bunch of Athletes Unlimited Softball, this reminds me of a game played on Monday when Alicia Ocasio was spinning a gem, had a shutout going through 5 innings, and then spit the bit in the 6th inning. Gave up 3 runs. she's the one calling the shots. She's the captain. But she's already done a fantastic job. But you do have a whole roster of other pitchers you could bring in. Maybe third time through the order, you think about bringing someone else in. Maybe she's getting a little bit tired. She's got to hit as well, run the bases.
I got to tell you, there's one hit up on the board.
Okay.
And she struck out Amanda Chidester.
All right.
Safe to say, she should be staying in the game.
Point, counterpoint.
I mean, obviously, third time through the lineup, if there were to be any trouble, this is a 0-0 ball game.
Into right field. Nice play. Good play by Jasmine Jackson. 2 down.
But if anyone knows how to finish a game and just grind it out, it's Alicia Ocasio, and it's been a one-hit gem so far heading into the 5th inning, and Danielle O'Toole is warming up in the bullpen if she's needed.
Maybe I'm half right. Good thing the camera wasn't on her. She's shaking her head no. Here's Michelle Moultrie. Moultrie hit it about as hard as she could her last time up, but hit it to the wrong spot, to the black hole, right into the glove of Alicia Ocasio, who turned it into an inning-ending double play.
Here we go, here we go. You find a way, me. You find a way.
0-2. And one of the reasons why Alicia Ocasio would consider going to Florida is because of the way that Michelle Moultrie performed during her 4 years in Gainesville. Moultrie was everything for that Florida program. He was a great player, and then some. SEC Player of the Year. Moultrie from Jacksonville. Hammered into center field, off the wall. Moultrie streaking to second, she'll make it. Oh, an absolute howitzer shot to the deepest part of the ballpark. That ball was crunched.
That ball really reminded me of Tori Vidalis's that she hit out in game 1, which was just a laser, just off the bat. Moultrie has so much bat speed, and this carries. Oh.
So Moultrie did that with 2 strikes on her. She got down at the count 0-2, fouled off a couple of pitches, and then absolutely blisters a ball off the center field fence into a driving wind. So danger time for Alicia Ocasio and Team Ocasio. You got Moultrie on at second, 2 outs. Aubrey Monroe is the scheduled batter, but I think she's going to be called back. And we're expecting to see a Florida Gator and Aubrey Monroe hit, but we're actually going to see a different Florida Gator. It's Jordan Roberts grabbing a bat. And if there is anyone in this year's Athletes Unlimited field who is not worried about the wind, it is Jordan Roberts. She is lethal when she gets a hold of one. Doesn't have a homer so far this season, but last year she was a dynamo coming off the bench. That kind of gets lost because it was week 5 last year when Kat Osterman already had things wrapped up. But Jordan Roberts had one of the most significant weeks offensively of any player in the history of Athletes Unlimited softball. He got consistent playing time and put up 580 points, which to this day is the 3rd best performance and best by a position player in the history of Athletes Unlimited. The top 2 spots both performed by a pitcher, Kat Osterman, 624 points and 604, but the most points ever by a position player one week, the one right there, Jordan Roberts, 580, week 5 last year.
When you see Alicia Ocasio going nowhere near the inside part of the plate, has a 3-2 count, and she's just lived away to Jordan Roberts. I recall a home run off Kelly Barnhill last year that I have never seen hit that hard.
Off-speed pitch, a beauty for Ocasio. The 2-out double by Moultrie goes by the wayside. A shutout through 5 for Ocasio. Bottom of the 5th when we come back.
Good pitch! Good pitch! Yes! Great job! Great job! It looked like it was kind of doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. I thought it was a great take. You don't want that. Ba-da-ba, 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 ba-da-ba.
Wonderful stuff, as always. Sam Fisher wearing a microphone, and she's what I call a top stepper. Every field she's ever on, every team she's on the top step, rooting everyone on. Hey, Sam, thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Does anyone enjoy the game more than you? Have you ever had a teammate who gets more into the game than you do?
The only person I would say that comes close is Amanda Marie Chitister, I tell you.
Ah!
Do you think that Sam Shao can wear that bag that she was wearing earlier?
I think that when someone hits a home run, she's going to put it on her head and run out there.
So the theme for Team Gold is, where are we going with this?
So we're the Golden Arches, which is kind of funny because Amanda Chidester does not eat unhealthy food, and we are McDonald's, essentially. So it's just, you know, the buy-in of being fun. It's crazy.
Leadoff base hit by Amanda Sanchez. Cut!
I have to ask you, what's it like having fans in the stands? We didn't have to deal with this problem last year with being able to see if you could hear us because of fans.
Man, they are loud, which is great. So we had a great environment here last year, but having the fans here and having family and friends here too makes it just next level. You know, it brings you back to the good old days when this was normal.
New pitcher coming into the game right now for Team Chitister is Sarah Gronewagen. Sis Bates lays down the bunt.
Nice, Chid. Nice.
Sam, one of the things that I really love about Athletes Unlimited, and particularly this year, and this game is a great testament to it, the defense, just incredible. As a hitter, you must feel like there's 13 defenders out there sometimes, how good this defense is.
You know, that is exactly how it feels, especially when you're hitting the ball hard and you're like, wow, great, double, single, and then someone catches it and you're like, oh, I have to go back to the dugout now. You know, but it's so much fun to watch. It's so much fun to be a part of.
What has it been like being on Team Chitister? How has the week kind of gone down? Practice, anything out of the ordinary?
You know what? She has a plan. She has a plan in her life, and she has a plan on the field. So she's been so effective in executing what she wants as a captain, what she wants for her team. And it's just, it's great to be around because it just creates, you're like, I want to do that, you know? She brings you with her. She doesn't expect you to, you know, oh my God, I thought that was
Hey, I want to ask you about Amanda Chidester, because you've got a great perspective on this. You guys are both unbelievable college players a decade ago. You spent time together with Team USA. You spent time together all across, the world playing. You've seen her change over the years. What have been some of the big things that have changed with her that you've seen in your eyes over the last 10 years?
That's a great question, because she's been great. She's always been great, but these last few years, at least the last 3 years, she has just had this focus, this drive to accomplish what she wants to accomplish. And not to say that she didn't have goals before, but there's just been this vision of this is what I want and this is what I have to do to get it. And she's just put everything to the side and cleared the obstacles and made a clear path for herself. And I mean, you can see it very clearly here with the way that she's hitting the ball, that this is who Amanda Chidester is, and she's just cleared the path for herself to get here.
Sam, do you feel like the Olympians are playing more free than they ever have this year in comparison to the first AU season last summer?
You know what? I think so. I mean, as a collective, I think the freeness is more because, people were playing games leading up to AU. So having the experience of all these players having gone to the Olympics and playing in this just high pressure situation and preparing for that, and then kind of like, oh, okay, well, now we just have to play for fun almost. It seems like, that there has been a breath that they've released. And I mean, like you said, you can see it in the performance here. Everybody's really kicking butt.
What a play by Urtez!
Good job.
That's the defense we're talking about. Sam Fisher, thank you so much. Well, we've been talking about defense all evening long. We just got a little bit more of it. A threat goes by the wayside for Team Ocasio. It's still a shutout in Rosemont.
We've already seen 2 long balls this game. Who do you think is next?
I'm waiting for Deja to break through. I'm ready for her to, have that one shot that opens up the can for her. Oh, no. Deja just hit her home run. What the heck? I called that one.
That's awesome. That's just incredible stuff. And you can see moments like that and more by joining the Unlimited Club. Paid tiers receive behind-the-scenes access and join the players in voting for game MVPs. And our end-of-the-season awards, you'll receive the latest news and updates, stream digital games, and more. Visit auprosports.com to learn more. Well, we have Alicia Ocasio doing what Alicia Ocasio does. Another gem twirled.
Yes, she has just been dynamite when it comes to defense. She's been able to just make these plays look so easy. Not to mention she's just been pitching absolute lights out, moving the ball all over the zone, perfect movement, up, out, drops a little change piece in, and plays some more stellar defense. Wow.
5 shutout innings for Ocasio. But now, gonna get on that tightrope again. She'll face 9, 1, and 2. Fisher Chitister, and Mcclendy. Just talked to Sam Fisher a moment ago. We were talking about the quality of defense, the leather being thrown this year with Athletes Unlimited. 67 miles per hour. 1-1 to Fisher. Fisher is the last member of Team Chitister to see Ocasio for the second time. High pop down the left field line. Lorenz runs out of room. Sam Fisher! Got it! A homer! It's been a while, but it's worthwhile for Sam Fisher. One for 17 on the year, but that's all gone now. A homer, and it's a 1-0 lead for Team Chitister.
She just turns on this pitch, just mashes it, and I think they are going to do a captain's challenge on this.
It's not where it lands, it's where it goes over the fair pole or the foul pole, call it what you want. But it needs to be, and this is ruled a home run by the umpires on the field. And it's gonna count. It's gonna hold up. It is a solo home run by Sam Fisher and a 1-0 lead for Team Chitister.
And I'm gonna say that we added a little sugar and spice to that homer for Sam Fisher. We talked to her just before, first one up, see you later.
Wow, what a last 10 minutes for Sam Fisher. She got a chance to talk to us and then hits herself a home run. That is a big blow. Now remember, this is just the top of the 6th inning, so it's not an inning win yet for Team Chitister. They'll need to keep Team Ocasio down when we get to the bottom of the 6th. Third time through the order for Ocasio now as Chitister grabs a bat. This game has got a very similar feel to what we had earlier today. Team Jaquish a 2-0 winner over Team Osterman. It was a scoreless game until the 4th inning. We had a solo home run by TV Torrey Vidalis. Now here in this one, scoreless game into the 6th inning before we get a solo home run by Sam Fisher.
Be you, Chitty. Come on now. Yeah, 4. Good.
Gotta love it when your 9-hitter steps up and drops a bomb to lead off the inning.
Get it.
And Chitister will be called back to the right-handed batter's box.
We're with you, Chitty. We're with you.
Smoked past the diving Sis Bates. Nobody hits it harder these days than Amanda Chitister. So back-to-back hits, the homer by Fisher, now the single by Chitister. Second time that Chitty has reached against Ocasio. A walk in the first, a strikeout in the third, and now a single in the 6th.
She's fired up right now.
That's your captain. El Ocasio was so magical. 5 shutout innings. But she gives up the home run to Fisher. That's now the 7th home run allowed by Ocasio. 6 of the 7 homers have been solo shots. And Ocasio currently 3rd on the leaderboard, ahead of Amanda Chitister, Now remember, if Chitister's team wins this inning, everyone's going to get 60 points. So that's going to change the leaderboard around. We're going to be flipping and flopping for the next 30 minutes. Haley Mcclendy, 1 for 2. Ooh, Haley thought she was almost hit with a pitch. It's called a strike. Another strike that Mcclendy doesn't agree with.
I think that's a good pitch.
Mcclendy chapped.
I almost continue to keep honing on that inside part of the plate unless I go way out, but
you know, this is going to be a big pitch for Ocasio. She touches the rosin bag. You got to throw a strike here. You don't want to go 3-2 to Mcclendy. And she will. So she's going to have to throw a perfect pitch here. You got a runner already at first. You got one run already in. You don't want to walk Mcclendy to put first and second with nobody out. That makes a bad situation even worse. Right back to Ocasio. She misses it, but it's going to result in the out anyway. Chitister slides into the tag by Stewart. Chitister actually almost made it underneath that tag.
I thought Kelsey Stewart was going to try to roll a little double play here. Comes back, touches Ocasio's mitt just a smidge. Very close. She's like, got you.
Smart play by Chitister. Smart play by Chitty. All right, that's the first out of the inning. And Mcclendy replaces Chitister on at first. Mcclendy was caught trying to steal back in the first inning. Do you think she'd dare try and steal another base here?
No.
Ali Aguilar can jump the yard. She's got 2 homers on the year. Aguilar from Sacramento, California. Sacktown. It's been all Ocasio so far. Just in case, there is action in the bullpen for Team Ocasio. Odyssey Alexander and Danielle O'Toole. Off-speed pitch, a thing of beauty. Aguilar could have swung twice at that before it hit the catcher's glove.
Well, and Aguilar knows Alicia Ocasio, obviously an off-speed pitcher, but struck her out her last at-bat looking on that changeup on the inside part of the plate.
Good job by Aguilar. She works the walk. Runners on at first and at second. Danielle, if you were pitching and you were the captain, are you even thinking about replacing yourself? There's so many different things as a competitor you're thinking about. Are you still thinking about making a move to the bullpen?
I am. I'm looking at damage done, outs, and personally like how I'm feeling. I mean, there's a double play opportunity here, and we've seen that happen. So she can try to roll a ground ball.
That's a base hit. That'll score a run. Urtez gets the base hit to makes it a 2-0 lead for Team Chitister. Third hit of the inning allowed by Ocasio.
Just drifts too much plate. Mcclendy, obvious, a ton of speed. You know she's scoring. I honestly, like, I'm looking at this game. And to me, like a standout player is Anissa Ortez. Like I look at the defense that she's been able, she has got this team out of jams where runs would have been scored based on her defense, and then to step up and get an additional insurance run in that moment.
Morgan Zirkle to right field. What a play by Jackson! Jasmine Jackson saves the day, but here comes Aguilar! What base running! Unbelievable! Aguilar tagged up from second base, folks. Unbelievable.
Well, this is a great play by Jasmine Jackson in the outfield, but what the thing is, there is no sense of urgency after she makes that catch. You got to think all the way that there's a chance that runner might even try to go home, and you just could tell it wasn't a bang, get the ball and throw it in, and they took full advantage of that moment, Team Chitister.
Morgan Zirkle got a sacrifice fly when there was a runner on at second. Give her 10 points for the sacrifice fly, and it is now a 3-0 lead for Team Chitister. And I'm going to go there. This is a carbon copy of what we saw to Alicia Ocasio and Team Ocasio on Monday. She was magnificent for the first 5 innings, a shutout, and then she gave up 3 earnies in the 6th inning. She's been magnificent for the first 5 innings today, shutout ball, but now 3 earned runs allowed here in the 6th inning.
And it's that really that third time through the lineup where hitters are starting to make some adjustments, and that can also be the tricky part about being the captain and being a pitcher in the game. Having to make that decision of, okay, I'm just going to pull myself out is never easy, and we have seen some pitchers put the responsibility in the facilitator's hands, which they'll help with making some decisions and stuff.
Romero strikes out, but major damage done. The inning isn't won yet, but Team Chitister up to a good start. They scored 3 times here in the top of inning number 6.
Hi, my name is Alicia Ocasio, and I'm playing for the NAACP's Legal Defense Fund. I chose the Legal Defense Fund because they fight for racial equity and equality, racial justice, and inclusion. I'm trying to bring awareness to this organization because it's all-encompassing to fight for Black and colored people through education, through prison reform, through a multitude of other things, and they hit the ground running. So to bring awareness to this cause is extremely important as a Black and Puerto Rican female. There's a lot of things that disproportionately affect people of color, and this organization is, as I said before, hitting the ground running to make these disparities smaller.
Groenewegen trying to hold down the fort. She's got a 3-run lead to protect. In partnership with Guaranteed Radar, players were asked to talk about self-belief, a time of reflection, and how it affected their career. Here is Sarah Groenewegen.
In 2018, I was really sick. I became really sick with something called Legionnaire's disease, which is really, really rare. Ended up being in a coma for 10 days. When I started coming to, I had a decision to make. Like, I didn't have to play softball again, but at that point we hadn't qualified for the Olympics, and knowing how important that was to me and my teammates, I wasn't going to let anything stop me from being a part of that team again and to help us qualify for the Olympics. So just the self-belief in that, and the grit, and just the hard work that was put into that off-season of training really drove me to be able to be here today and to go to the Olympics with my team.
Sarah Groenewegen coming back with a bronze medal. First time that Canada has come back with an Olympic medal. It's brought to you by Guaranteed Rate. A couple of Olympians here. Sarah Groenewegen, Team Canada. Erica Biancastelli, Team Italy. And look at Biancastelli. First pitch she sees, hits it to the deep of the bar to the ballpark, but Mcclendy saves the day. All right, starting to get a little bit more offense here late in this ball game. That's out number 1 here in the 6th.
I thought this was a no-doubter, Eric. Screwball inside part of the plate. So much giddy up. Ooh.
Any other night, that's over the fence. But the wind still continues to be blowing in. Pitcher's best friend. Off-speed pitch, 49 miles per hour, called strike 1 to Gwen Svekis. Gwen's going to be upset. Her last time up, she rifled a ball down the third base line. It was originally ruled a double. It's now been changed to a single and an error on Zirkle. So she went from getting 20 points for the double to 10 points for the single. We've got a whole bunch riding on this half inning. We've got 60 inning points on the line. Whichever team scores most here in the 6th inning, every member of the roster will get 60 points. And already 3 runs have come across for Team Chitister. Groenewegen and Aubrey Monroe going to have a confab.
And the importance of just communication between the battery is so important. It's forever changing. You're never consistently always having the same pitcher, same catcher together. So to be able to be on the same page as far as what you want to throw, it's a 1-2 count. Slightly fooled, but I don't think enough to ring her up.
Three and 2. Team Ocasio, 5 base hits in the ball game. 4 singles, 1 double. Cue shot. 2 down. Athletes Unlimited Softball is sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. Team Ocasio, they've had their opportunities. Back in the 4th inning, they had a runner on at third with 1 out. Britt Vonk was the runner on at third, and she was caught in between third and home on a ground ball hit by Lily Piper. If they could have scored that inning, it would have been 40 points for every member of Team Ocasio. Right now, they are in trouble, in danger of losing the first 6 innings combined. 2 outs, bases clear. They need 3 runs to tie what Team Chidester did in the top of the 6th. Janie Reed. 0-2. Yeah, unlike a normal softball game where you just kind of get 3 outs, you go back to the dugout. If Groenewegen gets this out here of Janie Reed, there's going to be an explosion among team members for Team Chitister. 60 points is a huge chunk of change. It's more points than you get for winning a ball game.
like that 0-2 spot. It's a great job by Aubrey Monroe behind the plate to block that pitch.
Into shallow right field. And the basket catch is made by Aguilar. Learned that under Heather Tarr. How about that? Smiles all the way around for Team Chitister. They win 60 points. Every single player gets an infusion of 60 points for winning innings 1 through 6. Welcome back, everyone. 3-0 lead for Team Chitister as we play the 7th inning. Today's game presented by Geico. For bundling made easy, go to geico.com. Yeah, the 6th inning, that was the crucible. It started with a Titanic home run by Sam Fisher. Another run would score on this well-struck hit ball. And then a pivotal run, too, a sacrifice fly. Morgan Zirkle, there was a runner on at second, and Ali Aguilar tagged up and scored from second. How about that? For every run scored during this season's Athletes Unlimited softball season, aspiration is planting 100 trees. Over 36,000 trees were planted last year. Adding into this week, 15,800 trees have been planted thanks to Aspiration's support of rounding the bases. Here's Michelle Moultrie. A little bit surprised that Alicia Ocasio is still out there. That was pitch number 99 for AO. Standard issue, right side, Piper wins the race to the bag. Just the way that the point system works for Alicia Ocasio in that 6th inning. She gave up 3 earned runs. That's a negative 30 next to her name, but she did get 3 outs pitching, so that's a plus 12. So it's a net negative 18 for her in the 6th inning. She still has a nice statistical day going, but she's not having anything added to it with inning wins, or more than likely, unless her team can rally in the bottom of the 7th inning with a team win. Aubrey Monroe, that is a foul ball. We were scoreless through 5. Team Chitister scores 3 times in the 6th. Team Ocasio cannot answer. How about that? A Gator throws it, a Gator hits it, and a Gator fields it at second base. Tim Walton smiling. 2 down. 2 outs, bases clear. Sam Fisher. She homered, opening up the floodgates for Team Chitister an inning ago. Good for her. Had just 1 hit. Hadn't homered so far through the first 4 weeks. Clubs this one into center field. Will stay in the ballpark. Janie Reed makes the play. 3 up and 3 down. And now it's the moment of truth for Team Ocasio. They need 3 runs to keep this game alive.
Never know. Lily, I got you at 3 if you want it.
What do you say? Take 1 steal on a butt. You got me. You got me on a steal? Hey. Hey, still got 1.
We thank Amanda Sanchez for wearing a microphone. It's so cool to hear actually how much communication there is with everyone on that diamond, virtually pitch to pitch. Real cool stuff. Thank you. Well, we got a new pitcher. Amber Pfizer comes in. This is the 3rd pitcher of the ball game for Team Chitister. She'll try and close this one out and pick up a save. First ball swinging, Lily Piper to the first baseman Chitister, and that is out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Pfizer.
This is a great call by the captain, Amanda Chidester, to make a pitching change. We all know that it's hard to face a new pitcher every single at-bat, and Sarah Groenewagen had been in there at one time through the lineup, so now to switch it up to someone that throws a little bit harder, a little bit different, to close it out in the 7th.
Alicia Ocasio, the captain, began the day 4th on the leaderboard, 4th out of 60 players. Swats this one to right field, hits it well, it's gone! That went off the pole. I thought it was over the fence, but no, they're gonna call it a triple. I thought that went off the scoreboard. Right now, it's a triple. You can't tell me that didn't go off the scoreboard. And Ocasio wants to know as well. Curious if this warrants a challenge. It would if they score a run. They win the inning. Oh my goodness, it hit the wall. It hit the C on Geico.
I think Michelle Moultrie fooled us.
She did.
Because she collapsed into the wall.
That'll score a run. That is huge for Team Ocasio. So they get the 10 points for the inning win. That is their first inning win of the ball game. RBI base hit for Amanda Sanchez. So the triple and the single means 10 points for Team Ocasio, and for Alicia Ocasio, that's a 40-point inning for her. 30 points for the triple and 10 points for the inning win.
And I'm starting to think, too, that wind with it blowing in kind of held the ball up maybe a little bit because Moultrie had misread that triple. But opportunity here for the 9-hole hitter, Sis Bates, to turn that lineup around and just try to continue to get some momentum going. Need 2 runs to tie this ball game, and you know that Amanda Lorenz is coming up, and with 1 swing, can tie this game up.
That was a really odd play. Moultrie, a great defender. She just kind of got lost where she was on the field. I think if she hadn't hit the wall and just turned around, I think she could have made that play. Goofy. All right, we've got things happening here. Should Team Ocasio keep this line moving, if they happen to win the ball game, because of what Ocasio has done in the circle and with the bat in her hands, she would be in first place. Smashed into right field. Look at Bates. Oh, she's been impressive last couple of weeks. Just turns on it. I like me some Sis Bates. Uh-oh. And here comes trouble. With a flair for dramatic, Amanda Lorenz is going to come to the dish. This game won't over, folks. It is not over. Amanda Lorenz, one of the best in the business, swinging that lumber. She had 3 homers last weekend, a homer here, and it's a walk-off win for Team Ocasio. I'm just saying.
Hey, you've been a big manifester over here. We've manifested double play earlier in the first game. I mean, this is an opportunity for Amanda Lorenz, but you have to look at Amber Pfizer and say you have one of the top 5 hottest hitters in the league right now, stepping up in a big situation.
Power on power, and Pfizer spins one in there for strike 1. So the runner on at first is huge. The runner on at first, Sis Bates, represents the tying run. And Lorenz, well, she has Pfizer right where she wants her. 0-2. She swears she likes hitting with 2 strikes better than anything else. Pfizer better not let her guard down. Game hanging in the balance. Center field, this may score a pair. Look at Bates scoot. She's around third. Tie ball game. Amanda Lorenz, with the guts of a cat burglar, just refuses to lie down. She's a stud. And we're tied at 3.
Wow, that's great hitting, everyone. That's not a bad pitch by Amber Pfizer. It's not over the heart of the plate. It's nothing. That is picture-perfect hitting, stepping up in a situation. Amanda Lorenz, you are so good. The base running. Sis Bates able to score. She's stoked. And as much as you want to say, don't give her a pitch she can hit, that's not a great pitch. They're going to be making a pitch and change here and bringing Sarah Groenewegen back in. Tie ball game, 1 run, or 1 out, excuse me, with Amanda Lorenz and Kelsey Stewart. Couple Gators got a chance to win the game here for Team Ocasio.
Alicia Ocasio, she had all the belief in the world in Amanda Lorenz. With her very first draft choice, #1 overall, she selects Lorenz, and Amanda rewarding her with a game-tying double. And this isn't nothing new. Amanda Lorenz last weekend was fantastic with 3 homers.
Yeah, she just happened to get 2 off of one of the best pitchers in the world, and Kat Osterman in the same game. She's clearly feeling it. She's one of the hottest hitters right now, a lot of confidence, and then she had one just straight center off Danielle O'Toole. Fire me up, Amanda Lorenz.
So Lorenz on at second base. If she scores, this game is over. She's at second. There's still just one out. Team Ocasio, the triple by Ocasio, the single by Sanchez, the single by Bates, and the double by Lorenz. That's 4 straight base hits against Amber Pfizer. And Sarah Gronewagen back in to try and put out the fire.
We have just been blessed with some good softball today. I think that these 2 games today have been by far the best games that we've got to sit up and call and just witness. Great job by the pitchers, such clutch defense, hitters stepping up.
Here's Kelsey Stewart. Oh my! Just drilled in the back. That was clearly not anything Gronewagen wanted to do. And Stewart gets 8 points and a bruise.
Well, think about the adrenaline coming into this situation, right? Like, you got to go out and stop the bleeding. A lot of pressure, trying to control the nerves, the emotions of all of this, and it's not easy. And I know Sarah Gronewagen and I played on the same team, and like I tended to come into games into those pressure situations like this, and this is good for her to come in and just feel this moment. This is why you play the game. You love being able to come in, feel your heart beating through your chest, and being able to just stay as calm, cool, and collected and execute.
Erica Piancastelli called strike 1. Piancastelli faced Gronewagen just an inning ago, and remember, she chased Haley Mcclendy all the way to the wall in center field. The wind kept her in the ballpark, but she gave it a ride against Gronewagen. This was all Team Chitister heading into the 7th inning. Team Chitister working on a 3-0 shutout. And then Team Ocasio exploding. Popped up. Monroe. That's how she earns her keep. Played it beautifully. 2 down.
It's a big out by Gronewagen. Little pop-up to the catcher. Good defense by Monroe.
All right, Gronewagen, one more to get. Won't be easy. Gwen Svekis, 1 for 3 on the day. Svekis began the day 25th out of 60 players on the leaderboard. Popped up. Aguilar makes the play, and we've got extra innings. A 3-run bottom of the 7th inning, and we've got more Athletes Unlimited softball coming your way. The 8th is next. Wow, crazy things happening under a full moon here in Rosemont, Illinois. Take a look at our league leaderboard, brought to you by Geico. And this is all in flux, folks. We've got a whole bunch of win points on the line as we play the 8th inning. The 8th inning, we're going to start with a runner on at second base. The person who made the final out of the last inning, that was Sam Fisher, is installed at second base. Now, there are no more statistical points to be won. This inning is technically not going to be won either. All we're playing for is 50 points. Who wins this ball game? And Alicia Ocasio, the captain, she can determine who plays where and for how long. And she says, I'm still good to go. She's still in the circle working on an 8th inning now. And she's already intentionally walked the man at Chitister. So runners on at first and at second for Haley Mcclendy. Lays down a bunt. Plays it first. Sanchez makes it. Mcclendy thought she was safe, but the out is recorded at first. It's a sacrifice, and it's runners on at second and at third.
And I think they are going to do a captain's challenge. We have not seen Team Chidester make this call. That was a bang, bang play at first base.
We are confirming the play at first base. The runner is out.
Rachel Palmer, our replay official, making that call, and so that is indeed out number 1 at first. Oh, wonderful camera work.
I mean, but to make that call as a blue with just your naked eye and how fast it is, I love being able to just make the right call and have that official replay review to make it right.
All right, Ali Aguilar is going to bat with the infield in all the way around. There is an open base at first and a right-handed swinger on deck. This may be the old unintentional, intentional walk. Looped. Foul. I thought that Ocasio was just basically going to pitch around Aguilar to load the bases and have a force at every base. Ortez has had a nice day.
Yeah,
she's on deck, but
that's in the back of my mind. I would be thinking about who's had better at bats off me. I look at Aguilar struggles sometimes with that changeup a little bit, but Ortez had that solid base hit her last at bat, score that run.
Oh! Ball gets away, and Aguilar 8 points the hard way. And the bases are now loaded. Kelsey Stewart saying, I can empathize. Same thing happened to Stewart a moment ago. All right, so you get Fisher at third, Chitister at second, Aguilar at first. 1 out, Anissa Ortez. The plays at the plate. Three 3 tie.
Gwen Svekis calling timeout. She's really big on just instilling so much confidence in her pitchers, but I think in this moment with bases loaded and a 2-0 count, you have to go out and have a conversation. Hey, what do you want? Is there anything specific? Just some words of affirmation to just let's go.
Ortez, the first selection by Team Chitister on Tuesday. This will drive in a run, maybe more than a run, off the wall. 1 run scores, make it 2, make it 3. Bases clearing, 3-run triple for Ortez. You think she's rewarded her captain for picking her first overall?
Yeah, she's feeling it right now. Turns on this inside pitch. So close to being the old grand salami.
Still just one out. Ooh, that was dangerous. Gwen Svekis, that ball should have been down the left field line. Right now, Anissa Ortez should be walking across home plate. Svekis threw an absolute laser beam to third, and Sanchez wasn't at the bag to cover. Ortez on at third, a bases clearing 3-run triple. The good news for her, it's going to go a long way to winning the ball game for Team Chitister, but you don't get any statistical points when we get to the 8th inning and going on. So she will not get the normal 30 points you get for hitting a triple.
Hey, but it might put her in an MVP spot.
Ah, yes.
Still, ultimately,
yes,
can get you some big time points.
And of note for Ocasio, these runs allowed are not earned, none of them. Sis Bates, no chance. Yeah, Zirkle can fly down that line. That's an infield base hit for Zirkle. So now, Zirkle maybe runs.
And it's that quick little look back for Sis Bates, taking a peek at Anissa Ortez, which you have to do because you want to check to see if that runner is going home at all. But Zirkle fast in the league, like you said, Eric, there's not enough time.
Down the right field line, this will drive in a run, probably two. Sydney Romero with a double, now on her way to third. 2 runs do score, and it's another triple. The second of the inning for Team Chitister. And the gates have just flown wide open.
The Golden Arches, they call themselves. This goes opposite field with this. It's a great piece of hitting, takes it to right field. Zirkle, no doubter.
Well, now this 8th inning is becoming an issue for everyone else involved with Athletes Unlimited throughout this weekend, because Ocasio has now thrown 119 pitches. She's going to be shaking hands with her left hand for the next couple of days, brushing her hair with her left hand, brushing her teeth with her left hand. You just can't imagine she's going to have too many more innings for the rest of the weekend with how she's been used this evening.
I mean, I can't say she'll be able to just go 8 tomorrow and 8 the next day, but we've seen her throw in almost every single game as the weeks have gone on. And if anything, I mean, she's at her prime physically right now to be able to withstand a ton of innings under her belt. Yes, she's thrown 120 pitches, but
right to the third baseman, Sanchez. I'll tell you, Michelle Moultrie's been locked in today. Michelle Moultrie has been locked in. She is a hard luck 1 for 4. No one has hit it harder than Moultrie in today's ball game.
You see Amanda Sanchez running in on that and just
that would have taken out Romero at third. That was going right for Romero.
A couple Team Mexico players and Amanda Sanchez and Sid Romero. Sid saying, hey, thanks, got my back there. Even though we're not on the same team right now.
Yeah, I tip my cap to Team Chitister. They had a 3-0 lead with 1 out, the bases empty in the bottom of the 7th inning, and then they fell apart like a $3 suitcase. They gave up 3 runs and had the game tied at 3, and you thought that, you know what, they're done. But they lift themselves up, they brush themselves off, and they come out with their hair on fire in the 8th inning and put a 5 spot on the board. It would have been easy to give up. Monroe, the 8th batter to face Ocasio in the 8th inning. Ocasio needs one more to get back into that dugout. Sanchez. And the side is retired. But 5 runs crossed for Team Chitister. They lead 8-3. We've got the bottom of the 8th when we come back. Take a look at our offensive moment of the game, brought to you by Bat Club USA. Anissa Ortez saying win be damned. Off the fence, a 3-run triple. She came into this year known for her glove. That's a thing of the past. That has been your offensive moment of the game, brought to you by Bat Club USA. It has been a wonderfully played ball game. 3-0 lead for Team Chitister through 6. Team Ocasio tied it with 3 in their half of the 7th. And now a 5-run 8th inning for Team Chitister and an opportunity for Team Ocasio to match it. So Gwen Svekis made the last out of the 7th inning. She'll re-enter as the runner on at second. No points are given for any production that you may have in innings after 7. So you hit a home run, you hit 3 home runs. It's nothing. It goes towards winning a game, but you don't get the stat points. Sarah Gronewagen, she came on after 3 runs scored off of Amber Pfizer. Gronewagen did a good job. She hit Kelsey Stewart, but then retired Bianca Stelli and Svekis without the ball leaving the infield. It'll be Janie Reed, Lily Piper, and Alicia Ocasio. Runner on at second, nobody out.
If you're Sarah Gronewagen coming into the bottom of the 8th inning, I mean, you got to be juiced. Your team just put up a 5 spot in the top of the 8th inning. You have to pitch relaxed.
Gronewagen came in and pitched the 5th and the 6th. She allowed a single to Amanda Sanchez to begin her outing and then retired 6 in a row. First pitcher was Carrie Epperly, and she threw 4 shutout innings. Good job by Gronewagen. 3-pitch strikeout of the Olympian Janie Reed. Now already today, pitchers duel won by Team Jaquish, 2-0 over Team Osterman. Hadn't heard, Blessed Denham was magnificent. Rookie out of Arizona, 5 shutout innings. Haley Wagner, 2 shutout innings to pick up the save. 1-1. Clubbed into center field. Mcclendy has room. Man, she covers a ton of territory. 2 down.
Yeah, that's a great piece by Lily Piper. It's that off-speed pitch. Not fooled at all, stays on time with it.
Good job.
So one last out to get for Gonawagan.
Like your bat colors.
Ocasio. She started the rally an inning ago when she tripled up the wall in right field. And what a game by Alicia Ocasio. She was the #1 selection by Amanda Chidester on Tuesday's draft. Maybe someone out there in Chilliwack or Chillicothe raised an eyebrow and said, really, Alicia Ocasio? Now, she has been one of the most influential players in today's game. Into center field, medium deep. There's someone there. Mcclendy with a squeeze, and it's all over. Ball game, Team Chitister. They come back from being down. They were punched in the mouth, but they come back out in the 8th inning, put 5 runs on the board, and they win convincingly to start their weekend.
Yeah, what a game this has been. Both teams just completely battled until the very end. Pitchers did an outstanding job. But ultimately, Team Chitister came up clutch when they needed to.
So when you add it all up, Team Chitister wins 6 of the innings, that's 60 points, and they win the game, that's an extra 50. So just for being on the roster, you get 110 points, every single player on Team Chitister. Team Ocasio, they gave it a good try, but they only won 1 inning, the 7th, so they get 10 points, and that is it in terms of inning and win points. So they will have to try and make it up over the next couple of days here in Rosemont. All right, we are joined now by the #1 draft choice of Team Chitister back on Tuesday, who earned her keep with her performance tonight. Alicia Ocasio, thank you for joining us. Hey, great game by you. I'm just curious, with the way that you performed batting and what you did defensively, what brings a gleam to your eye? What are you most impressed with, your glove work or your hitting tonight?
Yeah, I don't know. We have a great team, and I have a lot behind me, and so we just brought the energy, and we just wanted to win. And you know, we only have 2 weeks here, so we just want to do it for each other. So we're excited.
Anissa, I asked for this interview because I thought this is the best that I've seen you play. You were so great, but talk to me about that last at bat, coming up with that bases clearing triple.
Yeah, I just wanted to keep it easy. I wanted to, you know, just hit it in the air, hit it on the green, and get it far so we can get a run in.
Was there any sense of worry with your team when you had that 3-0 lead? You gave it back to tie it at 3. It seemed like momentum wasn't with you guys. Did you feel like maybe you're going to lose it all?
No, Chitty had the energy. She brought it today. She told us to compete and to have energy, and that's what we brought, and I think that's why we came out with a W.
I was going to ask, this week of practice, how's it been with Amanda Chidester, first-time captain? What's it been like?
It's been awesome. She's a great teammate. She's a great person. You know, she brings the energy, and I just love playing behind her.
Anissa, thank you so much for the time. Hey, you were just tremendous today. Love watching you flash that leather at shortstop.
Thank you. Thanks.
All right, Alicia Ocasio and Team Chitister. They get a whole bunch of points, and we'll have to wait to see how the MVPs are distributed to see where everyone ends up on the leaderboard. But as of right now, Amanda Chitister is in the top spot. She's got 1,260 points. That is 20 points more than Aaliyah Andrews and a handful more than Savannah Jaquish. Still have a couple of more games to come your way tomorrow and then on Monday before we close out week 4. And we hope that the rest of the weekend is as fabulous as today was. We'll be back tomorrow, noon Eastern, over on Fox Sports Network. Until then, our partner Daniel Laurie and our entire production crew, I'm Eric Collins. We will see you tomorrow, Sunday afternoon.